Okay, Satori, so we see the water and we see it moving towards a source and it's just constantly in motion, yet it still reflects. When I say constantly in motion yet still having the ability to reflect, what does that mean to you?
Harmony. Interconnectedness. You know, the water is just flowing. So, and when things are flowing, when things are in harmony, everything is in unison. So there's no disturbance. And so because there's no disturbance, you're able to cast a reflection. You know, that's why you can look at water and it's just flowing. Like right now, there's movement. You can see the ripples in the water, but you can still see a reflection because it's in harmony. So everything's in unison. You know, and that's really how life is supposed to be. A lot of times your ancient, especially in the Chinese culture, Oriental culture, Bruce Lee actually, a lot of people refer to water. His famous saying was, "Be just like water." There's a great book that was written called The Watercourse Way. And it just looks at the nature of water and pull out life principles and concepts and insight. You know, our bodies can compose, is made of a lot of water, and life is water. So it's life, what you see. So if water flows in harmony and water is life, that means life is harmony. So anything that's not in harmony is not life. So like when I come out here, you see life. You feel life. Sometimes we get in the city or we get in different rural areas and stuff like that, and we operate and we're not in agreement, we're in disharmony. And that's where all your problem starts coming at. So when you come out in a place like this, it just reminds you, of how things should be. So that's when you think about the water flows, and that's what it is. We should be flowing with life. We should be flowing in accord with life. So anything that's of life, so anything that doesn't stagnate you, if you look around it, everything around this water is not stagnated. Even the things that are dead, like the dead trees in there, they have a life to them because they're serving a purpose. The water. So when you're in a place like this, everything that's composed is going to decompose, but it's all still connected. So even as the tree rots, it becomes part of the soil. The water fuels the soil and it grows another tree, or you see different weeds and all kind of different type of things. So when you see things out here like this, it hasn't been touched. This is nature's work. That's what it means to let water, be like nature. The Kemetic talks about nature. The Taoism talk about the way. You just gotta flow, and you gotta look at the things. So for me, when you're paying attention and you actually get still and you pay attention to the water, you try to mimic. Well, I do. I try to mimic what's going on. And then I look at it and I ask myself the questions, what are the things that will dam up the flow of the water from getting us to its destination? If you notice, the thing about water is water doesn't get mad because a barrier comes in the way. You see this tree right here, the water's flowing. It just changes its course, but it's still going to the same destination. So it's able to absorb. So there's a lot, when I come out here, I come in a different place, in a different space. It's actually one of my books that I'm working on, immunity from difficulties. And when I was just reflecting, that's what the thing is, because a lot of times when we get ourselves in situations, we respond to it and it blocks us, or we block the flow in life. When we're going through a hard time, or trials or whatever, anything that challenges us that's not favorable, that takes us out of our comfort level, we respond to it, then we might entertain things that might block up the flow of life. The water never stops. Even the seasons change. Even if the water freezes, it's still water, it just changes form. And so when you come out here, that's what you realize, as someone that's on a spiritual quest, as an aspirant, you learn how to become and be. And being is being able to just change forms. Sometimes you gotta be silent. Sometimes you need to be observant. Sometimes you need to listen. Sometimes you need to go touch it. Go touch the water, so it's just beautiful, it's just, it clears you out. So that's kind of my take.